online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi, AfterBuzzers! You are watching the AfterBuzz After Show for MTV's Scream Season 1, Episode 3, called Wanna Play a Game. I'm your host, Kylie Hodges, and I would love if you tweeted at me at the Kylie Hodges. And I'm so excited to say we have a lovely guest in the studio. It's Brianne Tju, who plays Riley.
Yay! She's alive!
I'm alive! You survived! Thank you so much for staying alive and coming into our studio today.
Thank you for having me.
And who are my lovely co-hosts?
I'm Jason Ikeler. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason Ikeler.
Hey, I'm Kelly McInerney. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo.
You can find me on Twitter at Katie Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's Campbell because I'm Katie Campbell.
And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Give us that thumbs up because your support is what gets us awesome guests like Brianne in the studio. So Brianne, yeah! Now that you're here and alive, I think we all are feeling a little down about the that horrible, sad scene to see you die on the rooftop.
I think that was the goal, to really break the hearts of the audience.
Isn't that like everybody's biggest fear, though, that somebody's going to chase you? And then that happens to you?
Filming the scene,
Yeah.
I was genuinely scared.
Really?
Like, as soon as they called cut, it would be like, oh my god. Like, the stunt guy chasing me, we were not friends after.
Really?
No, he's such a nice guy. He introduced himself, like, tried to make me comfortable, but after it was like, like, you just chased me for a couple hours. Not cool.
When you were like in that little hallway and he was coming after you slowly, I was like, oh my god, that is really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was genuinely scary.
Now, did you know this is how you were going to die? Because I know a lot of times they'll like shoot 4 or 5 death scenes and then surprise you.
Oh.
No. Really? They do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, for me, it was just the one.
Okay.
But they did call me, Jill Blottervogel, the showrunner, so sweet, called me before our first table read in LA and was like, by the way, she had like that breakup voice.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no. Oh no, I wanted to hang up on her, but I didn't. And she was like, so Riley's gonna die. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, just wanted you to know before you get the script so you're not too shocked or anything. And I was like, okay, great. And then hung up and was like, I cried for a little bit. And then I was like, oh, it's cool. I've never died before, so.
That was some good dying.
I was gonna say, I feel like dying on camera would be fun in a show like this.
It's like a dream.
It's so drawn out, over the top. I mean, you know, how many times do you get to scream on a rooftop with a bloody palm print?
Exactly.
Speak for yourself.
And let the ending turn out okay, you know?
Yeah.
So this episode, I kind of want to start from the beginning because a lot happened and there's a lot of open-ended questions still. Like, what WTF is going on with this Jake and Will thing?
Yeah.
What can I get out of you?
Jake and Will.
So they kept conspiratorizing. I don't even know if that's a word. It is
I think
now.
so, yeah.
It is now.
Great. That was definitely an ACT word I didn't learn. It seemed like they were like trying to figure out something with money. And
I think they're really trying to point the fingers at the boys right now.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like there's Emma, like she's obviously the main victim and she's dealing with her drama, and then it's like the boys, like, is it them? Because I mean, like in the first movie of Scream, it was the boys, right? So I think they're pointing the finger right now, but I'm not.
It's
not
interesting
sure.
because and last week we were talking about how Jake is definitely a suspect in our eyes. How do you feel now?
Yeah.
Listen, he is creepy and he's violent and all of that stuff, but he's not it. I'm telling you, I'm still on the sheriff.
You think he's a
sheriff.
decoy?
It's the sheriff?
It's the sheriff.
See, I think there's like 4 or 5 people involved. I'm
I think
not
it's a
even
group.
writing you out. You could have done something.
I truly believe it has to be a group.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's too many, though. I think it should be like 2. I think other people have other agendas. Like, I think Will and Jake are doing something sketchy, and I feel like Brooke and Riley did something to Nina. Like, there was the one weird exchange, but I feel like there's, I don't know what's going on.
That's a good theory. Like, well thought out.
Yeah.
I feel like they're throwing us off with this whole Jake and Will thing, not telling us the whole story, but they're throwing it off because what's going on there, what I think is going on there is the fact that they're doing some kind of blackmail is the word for a bunch of people in the school, and Nina was in on this game too, and so was Tyler, and I think they're just dealing with something separate, but they're trying to make it seem as though it's something with the killers.
Well, and probably if somebody that was involved died, then it makes them feel guilty anyways. Like, they're, even if it has nothing to do with it, that's probably why we're thinking that.
Right.
I thought it was like some cyber thing that they have going, like that business. I feel like there's
It's like a porn ring.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Intense, right?
Yeah.
Like for high school.
Exactly.
But Jake's videos.
I read about Subway. This stuff is happening everywhere.
Jason.
Brought to you by Subway.
But Jake's videos of Nina, right? They were like very, I don't
Very creepy, like very sleazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jake is for sure given the sleaze vibe the entire season so far. And they even, like, with the camera angles when he's talking, like when he's holding the shovel and the camera's down below, I was like, to me, that made me feel like, oh, he's about to whack Will on the
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Like, the
But then Will had a knife,
teasing
so
us.
he was thinking the same thing.
That's true, but we met Connor last week. He's way too happy.
I don't think
He wouldn't stab anybody.
I don't think Will trusts Jake. That's like what the knife shows.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know, Jake was creepy too when he was talking to Brooke, talking about you don't know if you're the cat or you're the mouse.
Yeah, that makes me think he knows more than everyone else.
Well, I think he's saying that though because of the whole whatever he's doing, porn ring, whatever. You know, I think he's taking videos of girls and selling them.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what he's talking about. He's the cat in that situation, and they're the little mice, and they're in his game, not the
Interesting.
Great
killers.
theories. Great theories. How are we doing?
I think you guys are doing
We
great.
smile.
Okay, good. You should give
Have
us
we
grades
mentioned the
after
killer's
every
name yet?
Just like Twitch every time you say it.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk a little bit about Brooke because I just can't get over how
Slutty? No, we're not allowed to say slutty. Sorry.
I think that her life choices are a little skewed. Personally, I don't think sleeping with the teacher ever turns out well. And tonight's show was a great example of, by trying to sleep with the teacher, she could have almost died.
Yeah, but look at Pretty Little Liars. It worked out for her.
That was a life lesson.
If you sleep with the teacher, you will die.
Yeah, don't sleep. Yeah.
Okay, but I
sleep
also
with the
think if you're gonna sleep with the teacher, sleep with the teacher. Don't put like pictures in the teacher's office.
But the teacher, he's the one that was like, we need to stop.
Yeah.
And then he was like, wait, but I miss you. And so then he has like the space, you know, through the laptop. But obviously that's not
Can I
why.
say, I feel like by like cyber sexing is easier to link
Yeah.
getting caught than like real sex.
Yeah.
Because that's like a internet trail.
Yeah.
You could trace.
I know
you
we
get her
have been.
pregnant.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a really good.
then they might
point.
know.
And you can't get pregnant from cyber sex.
You can't. So
That is true.
kids,
Yeah.
cyber sex,
Practice
please.
safe sex.
Don't listen to us. We're terrible influences.
No, but that's why I still feel like he has something to do with it. Because
teacher?
You're
You're questioning his moral
Yeah,
character.
because if he's already
Yeah,
doing
that's
something
true.
like this, there's something going on with him, I think.
And I'm questioning Brooke's moral character because I just don't think she's super bright if she's willing to sleep with her teacher. But also,
Well, I don't know. We don't know what her GPA is, though.
Yeah,
she could be smarter than all of us.
Yeah, maybe just not like life skills bright.
Yeah.
But I don't like that she's using Nina's lip gloss. That is so
Right?
That is
creepy.
creepy.
It's
That's
weird.
It's
And
creepy,
super
yeah.
cold. I mean, the girl died like, what, a week ago?
How did she get it? Like, did she just...
She went to get a dead body and just
Yeah.
like,
I'm going to take
take
this.
that.
Or if she was the killer, she would have been able to steal it from inside Nina's
maybe.
house.
See, this episode, I got super suspicious of Brooke just because her attitude the whole time, especially the exchange of, like, in the beginning when Emma's like, I just miss, like, I can't believe Nina left us, and
Yeah.
you said she's with us in spirit, but you and Brooke had a weird exchange, like, something was up.
But also, Nina's a bitch, so nobody really
Yeah.
misses her, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of true. Her friends only half liked her.
Yeah.
And Emma only said that because she was throwing her friends off of the whole situation.
Yeah,
that was
because
going
her mind
on.
was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just feel like Brooke was super... I don't know.
She's very laissez-faire about the whole.
Yeah.
Oh, my friends are dying.
Really thought it was going to be Brooke who was going to die, especially too when he's like, you choose, and she chose, but I feel like he doesn't want to listen to her, right? Whoever's doing the killing shouldn't listen to her, because then Emma could have the upper hand, like, well, he listened to me this time.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So
But
I'm
then
like,
they want Emma to feel like it's her fault. So if he goes the other way, it's not her fault anymore.
that's true.
know?
Yeah.
When you get the script, do you get all of it? Like, do you know what's happening before you watch it?
Yeah, well, so we get the script, but the thing is, the writers love to change it right before we do it. So, and we did reshoots and stuff, so it changed a lot. But, I mean, yeah, you get the script and you know what's going to happen.
Do you think it's
So you're not shocked like us when you're watching it?
No, I'm not
Okay.
shocked.
Okay, so you can, like, if you try really hard to think about it, you know what's going down next week, for the most part.
No, actually, I don't know what's going on.
Really? Was it just so long ago that you forgot?
Oh, wait, you mean get a script for like the whole season?
Yeah.
No, we get it
Each
episode by episode.
Okay, so you're still a little surprised
So
each time.
I mean, I'm gonna keep watching and I'm gonna be surprised.
Yeah.
But also in the episodes, like I didn't see other people film their scenes, and so they may have changed. So I was a little surprised to see like Will and Jake's exchanges.
That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite moments on set?
The cast is really great. They're really cool. You know, because it's rare to find like such a cool group of people that gel really well. And so hanging out with them, we were in Baton Rouge, so there wasn't much to do. So if we're stuck in a room, you really get close to people.
Yeah.
And I really liked my scenes with John, who plays Noah, because he's really cool and we have really good conversations. But
He's cutie too.
he's adorable,
cute.
right?
He's really cute.
Yeah, he's like the nerd, but he's like the cute nerd, charming.
It was so sad when you died too, because you guys, it was just heating up for you guys.
Oh my god.
I know.
This is why. This
And
is
then
also.
you called them. Oh,
Never answer your phone during sex. I think that's just a life lesson.
Life lesson. That's the life lesson.
Because that you would have been saved. You
That's
would've-
true.
Wow.
That's true.
I mean, I feel like he would have found her eventually.
No, because she wouldn't. I mean, she
They
would have
wouldn't
lived a
have
little
left.
longer.
That's true. She would have at least gotten it in.
She would have been pregnant,
I would have been pregnant.
and they're not going to kill the pregnant
Because
lady.
that's just
that's
wrong.
mean.
Yeah.
Deflowered Noah at least, you know.
I'm really upset that they took away this love interest. That's that's the one I'm into.
Yeah, because this is the first one you're rooting for, which is probably why they killed you,
Which
because
is
they don't
why
want us to be
I feel
happy.
like that's why they did it. Exactly. But I mean, Noah in the first episode, when he's theorizing, he's saying like they make you care about the characters and then they kill them, so it hurts.
That's kind of true.
So I mean, that hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because you wanted them to be together.
Yeah, it did.
Maybe that's why, because he was just kind of stating facts, and now it's personal for him. Now he's gonna be more invested.
Well, I thought when
emotionally.
you first were FaceTiming him that he was just going to think you were messing with him. Because they like try to scare each other. So I didn't think he was even going to know you were dying. But he did, obviously.
Yeah. It was actually really funny filming that scene. Because I mean, they tried to film it so that we're FaceTiming, but then it kept like glitching.
Oh,
So
okay.
then they sent me a picture on the phone of him, but they didn't tell him what the picture was for. So he's just smiling. And so as I'm dying, there's a picture of John, the sweetest person ever. He's like a puppy, just smiling at me. I know.
That's hilarious.
That'd be really hard. I was really rooting for that love connection too. But now I'm wondering, because he saw his love die in front of him and he couldn't control it, I wonder if this is gonna like trigger some sort of anger or whatever.
He's going to kill the killer.
Oh, that would be so badass.
Revenge.
You know, the whole rule thing about in the Scream movies, I know you brought that up before, about if you're a virgin, you don't die, right? So he's still a virgin, so
Oh.
he's
Fine for now.
Oh, poor Brooke. She's done.
She's done.
She's done.
God, girl's done.
She's out next.
Well, okay, so then there's also Kieran and Emma had a scene where he was chatting with her in the library over their project, and he hints that the Brandon James files are in his house. And it's also like a total, you want to come and look at my files in my house? And Will is watching in the other room, and he's kind of scowling. So that whole love triangle is kind of interesting to me, because it's I can't really tell what Emma wants.
I don't think she even knows what she wants is the problem.
I think
playing
she's
the
too
field.
preoccupied with this creepy dude.
Also, I'd like to say how dumb white people are, because only a white person would text the killer,
Yeah.
right?
And why text so fast? That's what I want to know.
It's true. On behalf of all white people everywhere.
But why text him so fast? Like she could have saved their lives if she waited like 2 minutes instead of like being like, all right, she's still at the station. Don't save Brooke. Like just wait till you get to the
Give
station.
Her a second. I know, because she blew your cover too.
That's true.
But if she didn't choose, they would choose for her.
But like wait 2 minutes.
I would have let that. I would have killed Brooke then. If you had to choose the bitchy one.
Yeah.
I have a bigger complaint. If Emma's mom knows she's been texting the killer, why hasn't A, Emma's mom told the sheriff, or B, done something more about it? Like, oh, maybe stop texting the killer. We're going to get the authorities
involved. Did she know
involved.
they're texting, though?
She said that he's been calling me.
She didn't say text.
She didn't say text. She said that Emma said that he had been calling her. So, I mean, if I were a parent, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
No
Give me your phone.
more cell phone for you. This isn't your fault. We're going to take care of this with cops.
I don't want her to tell the sheriff, though, because then the sheriff knows more of what's going on.
Oh, and you
think it's the sheriff.
The killer.
He does seem a little suspect.
But also, her mom's not probably handling it in a normal way because she was threatened as a kid. So she's probably thinking, too, like, we have to be smarter than just go to the cops.
Well, because remember, she told the cops, and the cops ended up killing him.
Yeah.
And they don't want that to happen, I guess, so.
So that's probably in the back of her mind.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Why is it that we keep thinking the killer is one of these people? Like, why is it that we don't think Brandon James is still alive and actually a separate person?
That's true,
doing
because they
this?
hinted at that, like in the lake with Noah. So maybe it is Brandon James.
Because in my mind, I keep thinking there's a killer, but I also keep thinking Brandon James is actually still alive doing this.
But maybe he had a son, and now he's...
With Emma's mom?
That's what is happening.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
And so she has a son that she doesn't know where he is, and it's Brandon and the son killing everyone.
Ooh.
Potentially.
No. I actually think the sheriff, like I said last week, sheriff is Troy, the brother of Brandon James.
Oh.
And I'm telling you,
Oh.
yeah. What crossed my mind too is why did he get to that sheriff station so fast? If he's like, I'm going to choose one or the other, and the sheriff was nowhere to be found while this whole situation was happening when you were getting
killed. He was at the stakeout, like he was when.
No, but that happened, and then it was like the mom came in and said, you know what? It wasn't Tyler. Tyler didn't show, and then the sheriff wasn't around. And he was at the sheriff's station right away.
So there's like this chunk of missing time for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And why was no one in the sheriff's station? Like, doesn't a cop have to stay there at all time?
I feel like that's always
That's probably
in horror
protocol,
movies.
but
Yeah.
I think they were all like at
Out
the
doing
stakeout.
things.
This is small town Louisiana. We have to
We're just trying to help you live.
Yeah. How can we get Riley back in the show?
What about the teacher though? Because he's an adult too. He could be like Brandon's brother too, because how he knew the hotel and everything. I mean, I guess you could find it out with texting, I guess. But how did the
That's
killer
interesting.
know? You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Emma's dad.
That's what I
Because
said last
he's
week.
still alive.
Oh,
And we
don't
haven't
know.
met him yet.
Yeah.
I'd just rather it be somebody we know, because I feel like it's always a cop out when somebody comes in and you're
Yeah,
not
because
as
they write
invested
themselves
in it.
into a hole and they're like, oh wait, we can bring this character.
Yeah.
in. It's gonna be this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so confusing.
I know. I'm trying to figure out who I want to like pin my prediction of who the killer is.
What
on.
about Kieran?
Yeah, see, he just seems too easy, but maybe
Yeah,
not.
I guess so.
I feel like they all seem too easy though, because they all have their all creepy things, like
Yeah.
Will with the knife and.
I feel like Kieran and Jake are kind of being painted in the same light. Sort of the weirdly creepy dude. You don't really know what their deal is, and they're like strangely a little aggressive.
Yeah. It could also be like Kieran and his dad, because that's why Kieran didn't want Emma to go to his house. You know?
Yeah,
How
it's a
he's like,
family
Or-
business.
Yeah.
What if Emma's mom is trying to get back at everybody?
Maybe.
So many good options.
I'm just throwing
Back at
everything
everybody
out
for
there
what?
for all the stuff that she had to go through. Now she's wreaking havoc on the town. I don't know.
If
What?
Jason's right, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like,
It'll
it
probably
Imagine he
happen.
is right.
I know.
really is Daisy.
The whole time.
Yeah. Okay, so Brianne, I want you to tell me a little bit more about behind the scenes on set. I told you that we had Connor in studio last week, and the first thing you said, you were like, "Oh my god, he's the nicest guy ever."
Yeah.
Who was like the prankster on set?
I always get this. Okay, well, John and
Asked a lot?
I. It is asked a lot.
That was a
actually.
shitty question.
I'm sorry. Let's do this over.
It's just so hard to think of it, but John and I, very specifically before like our makeout scenes, I told him I'm going to prank you. And I was like, you're not gonna know what's gonna happen, but I'm going to prank you. And he was like, fine, I'm going to prank you too. So the whole time we're kind of like on edge, like, what is he gonna do to me?
While you're making out?
Yeah.
And how uncomfortable is that?
Yeah.
It's, the thing is, I knew John for like a couple months.
Okay.
And he's the sweetest person. And I also know his girlfriend. And she's also the sweetest person. So I was just very comfortable. It wasn't weird or anything.
Okay.
I mean, we joked around and stuff, and he was a total gentleman, so it wasn't that weird or anything.
So his girlfriend wasn't waiting for you in your trailer with like,
With a knife? No.
baseball bat?
That didn't happen.
Phew. And you get like a sex scene and a death scene in one episode.
In one episode,
That's
right?
pretty good.
Yeah.
You peaked.
I'm so excited for my mom to watch this.
Is that hard actually to have your like parents? I would imagine.
Yeah, I told them not to watch it without me so I can tell them when to close their eyes, but I don't think my mom wants to watch it at all. Like, I feel like it'll scar her, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm kind of okay with that if she doesn't watch it.
Because you've never done anything really like this before, right?
Yeah, no, this is the first job I did as an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
So, nothing like this.
So wait, but when you're under 18, you just can't have sex scenes or what?
I guess you can.
Well, you did like kids stuff though.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Disney's not going to make their own sex scenes.
never did any of that.
So weird.
Yeah.
No kids bought sex scenes.
Nope.
And we don't even know if there's a season 2 yet.
Yeah.
Because how crazy would that be if, like, they got picked up for season 2 and then they called you. They didn't give you a script, but they're like, we need you. Because then it'd be
That
like,
would be
season 2
awesome.
zombies.
Oh, there you go. But wait,
the writers are
you
watching.
could potentially still be on this season
Yeah.
in the form of like a
Flashbacks
flashback.
and stuff. So yeah, it's possible.
Or like an angel or something. Like in
A dream or something. Yeah, exactly. And it all turned into Inception, basically.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm into that.
I also want to talk about one more thing. I just remembered that we actually saw a photo of Brandon James.
Mm-hmm.
And we only got his backstory briefly in
The first
the first
episode.
pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like the outcast anyway, and then they said he had surgeries. Did they explain what he had surgeries for? Was it
was
just
for
like
his
facial
jaw.
reconstruction?
So that he could eat without it hurting.
Okay.
Was it facial reconstruction? I don't remember.
I'm just trying to figure out if he could like actually still
What
be
if he's
alive.
Kieran?
Oh. He's got a great jawline, so that
And
makes
he's so
sense.
young looking.
Yeah.
He's like 40 now, but he looks like he's 17.
Yeah.
Botox.
I know, good point. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about that. Speaking to the flashbacks that we saw in the pilot, you know, we saw Noah's story of what the whole town knows, but we don't know anything like from the mom's point of view,
Yeah.
for example, and like more about Brandon James.
That's why I feel like it's almost too soon to even pin a killer on anybody
Yeah.
Okay,
because we don't know everybody's story.
that's true.
And people are hiding things, like the mom. I feel like there's something big that she's
Yeah, like a
not
baby.
giving up. Yeah.
I think she
Like
is.
another human
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
is somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
What if Kieran is really her son, and then she doesn't understand that her
Ooh.
daughter is really hooking up with her brother, and it gets
Incest?
weird?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
But from last episode, when she said that, or when the killer said to her on the phone, "Your family's a lie," you know, your mom's a fraud. That's when I thought, we all were thinking this too, that maybe the mom had Emma with Brandon James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Maybe that's why the dad left, because he found out.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work. That was good.
Like she cheated on him with Brandon James. Kind
She
of.
felt bad for him.
Oh,
And maybe he was
boy.
really sweet, but then he was
Wait.
crazy.
She felt bad for him, so she had
Sex
sex
makes
with
people
him.
crazy. Yeah. You've never done that?
You know, you was gonna say, you know that from experience, Jason? I like these theories. Okay. All right. Well, I have a little bit of news and gossip. We actually, AFTERBUZZ went to Comic-Con, and you weren't there, were you?
No.
Oh, we had an intro to that. Surprise! So one of our hosts at AFTERBUZZ, she actually got to talk to John Karna, who plays Noah, and they just chatted with him really quickly about the show. So let's listen to that.
Awesome. And so Noah has a little bit of a romance going on with Riley. Are you excited to see that progress, or do you think maybe he's better off suited with somebody else?
You know, I think it's a pretty cool pairing. I love that it's the popular girl kind of going in for the crazy nerd, and it's super fun to work with Brianne. She's such a cool person. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
I like how he avoids saying, she about to die.
Yeah. Did you not see the tear at the
I know.
Yeah. Well, now I'm curious because I picked out that clip before I saw the episode, so I didn't know your impending death. But now I'm curious, like, is he going to get another love interest, or is he
Piper?
Oh.
Right?
You think she would?
Don't you think it takes a little long? Like, if the first girl you love dies, I hope in one season you don't already find somebody else.
I think that'll just fuel him to kind of figure out who the killer is.
Yeah.
Use his brains because he knows all about killers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go into predictions. I want to start predicting up a yin-yang like we did last week. All right, let's go to predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Katie, I like your predictions the most. You seem very in tune with all of the movies. Give me what you got.
I'm telling you, it's the sheriff. Like I said, that whole time chunk that he was not around, nobody was at the sheriff's station, and he was too fast to be there. Meet me out back to Riley, and he's the brother. He's Troy. And the mom keeps feeding him stuff. So he knows all the behind the scenes, what's happening, and he's spying on everybody, and I just think it's sheriff. I can't get past that.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I like that theory.
I want to say something about Noah.
Go for it.
Because now I think since they killed you, maybe whoever the killer is, Noah has something on them. So there's got to be something Noah's hiding potentially. And that's why they would go after you.
But they went after because of what Emma said, right?
Yeah, good girl.
Yeah, but there's how many other friends
Maybe
does
that's
Emma
like
have?
masking it.
Yeah.
Like it's Emma's, but really it was for Noah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ooh.
I think Brooke is hiding something, but I said that already. But I'm still
Like an STD.
I know. Or a couple.
MTV does not shy away from that stuff.
But she does it well.
Yeah.
You have to admit, she does it well.
Oh, she does.
Jason,
Owns
like she
that
walks
character.
that line.
Yeah.
You know?
She definitely owns that character.
You know, sometimes her face reminds me of Neve Campbell.
I was gonna say Tara
I think
Reid.
it's the
I don't know why.
I think
It's probably the
Tara Reid.
handcuffs.
I think it's the bangs.
Oh, I
Or
can
the
see that.
boobs.
She has nice boobs.
She does have nice boobs.
Well,
Now, just a side note, if somebody texted you to go into a hotel room and handcuff yourself to a bed, would you?
Well, it said unknown number.
Yeah, that's
Why didn't
Well,
she know?
Well, because the only person she told was Mr. Branson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, "What's up with your number?" You know.
That's true.
I would have
that's true.
clarified.
Honestly,
it.
no one answers unknown phone calls or
Yeah.
text messages.
No, that's a really good
Ever.
point.
No,
So,
Yeah.
my
have
mom
one.
does. My mom
Does she
does.
really?
You did one?
She's like out of curiosity.
Yeah, she always gets worried that it's something like I guess like
That's
this.
so funny.
But yeah,
Your
she's,
mom's, that's why she's still alive.
yeah.
Smart woman.
Well, and Emma's been answering those
Well, she
calls.
knows now. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know why she did the first one though. I don't know.
Well, Jason, give me your prediction, then I want to talk about one more
I think Noah's involved. That's all.
Okay.
That's
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Alright,
it be
that's
something,
valid.
though? Because he is narrating everything, and
Yeah.
he knows all the rules.
And then, that happened in one of the movies, didn't it?
the fourth one. It
Okay.
was the one whoever played
Emma Roberts.
the Culkin guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
His character
Oh,
was
yeah.
like basically Noah's character, but then it ended up being him and Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
So maybe.
But, like, why would he kill you?
But in that one, he kills Hayden Panettiere, and they kind of had a thing, right?
But
Oh, you're
Hayden
right.
Panettiere was like leading him on.
That's true. She was
She
kind of
was like the Brookish kind
Yeah.
of character, not like you. Yeah.
If it is Noah, it is somebody else with Noah, and that somebody else
Could be Aubrey.
killed Riley, and that will piss Noah off.
Yeah.
But I still think it's the sheriff. But I'm
Maybe
just
it's-
saying
Yeah.
what's going on.
I still like the Will and James thing. Just Jake, Will and Jake, just because it's like the first movie, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is weird to think that those two would be like in on something, but
Yeah.
could be interesting. I still stand by that. I think it is Emma's dad. We haven't seen him.
Yeah, I think
Why
it's a
was
good
he
one.
almost
Yeah.
killed? You know, like what's his story? He has a deep connection to Brandon James. We don't know what that is. What if he is Brandon James?
Are you allowed to predict?
Am I allowed to?
Yeah, what can you predict?
It's so funny because I haven't tried to come up with any predictions, but like talking to you guys, I kind of like the sheriff one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I also think it might be Emma's dad. Somehow I want to pin it on the mom.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure how to spin that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll find out,
hiding
right?
something.
I need to know.
Right? She is.
I know.
Yeah.
There's one more character, though, that we didn't talk about today, and that's Audrey.
Yeah.
She's sort of like the outcast. I mean, only because they totally, like, exploited her on the internet. But, you know, now she's in the same boat as Noah. Like, her lover got killed from this killer. You know, I wonder if these people who have been wounded from the killer, like, if they're all
Well, I feel like that's why we're going to probably start getting answers next
That's
week because they're going to
true.
go after.
Yeah, find the lair.
In the first episode, we see at the very end, Audrey pulls a picture of her and Emma
And then there's
down.
Brandon James.
Yeah, so that made me suspect her for the first episode.
Oh.
So what if she? But I don't know. She's involved somehow? Maybe.
Maybe it's Audrey and Noah, and like they killed their lovers just to make us think that they're not the killers.
Oh.
You know?
That's true.
Whoa, that's deep. I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's really good. I like
but
that one.
But then what if they're going to be mad at each other, and then they go against each other too?
No, I feel
Then
like
we
that
get
was just
season
the
two.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Killer versus
So for
killer.
the writers, we
I know.
just came up
Ding,
with
ding,
your next
ding.
season.
You're welcome.
Oh man, this episode left me very fired up because we have so many questions that they have to start giving us answers next week.
What do you have going on now that you're dead? What's next for you?
Well, like any actor that gets killed off of a show, we have to keep auditioning and look for our next job. Yeah.
So you're just right now just going on lots of auditions?
Yeah. I've had a few. In the summer, it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
So.
Enjoy the time off.
Exactly, yeah.
Just watch
and
a lot
I'm also
on
a
TV
part-time
screen.
student.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
What are you studying?
It was business, but I don't like it.
I did business for a
Why?
semester too.
Okay, see, same. First
boring,
semester,
right?
it's so boring. And so, yeah, no.
Well, listen to your heart.
Maybe study
Thanks.
acting. I mean, you're already
you
good
ever thought
at
about
it, but you should try acting. You'd be great on
Thanks,
TV.
guys.
You're really good at it. Yeah, I really see you on TV.
Aw, good eye.
Well, Brianne, thank you so much for coming in to chat with us today. It was a delight. I'm sad to see you died tonight. I wish I could see you in more episodes, but I hope to see you, I don't know, maybe make a comeback on the show throughout the season. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter at Brianne and on Instagram at Brianne Tju.
Easy peasy. Katie, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Katie E. Campbell. That's Katie with 3 E's. Campbell. Instagram at KatieCampbell13 and YouTube.com/KatieCampbellOnline. I do a weekly vlog.
Hey, I'm Kelly McInerney. You could follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, at Jason Ikeler.
Tweet at me at the Kylie Hodges and find me on Instagram just at Kylie Hodges. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tune in next week for more Scream After Show. Quit tickling me. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Right now.
From executive producers
Views
Maria
expressed herein are
Menounos.
those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.